Hi everyone, so it's your girl Leah Francesca and welcome to my YouTube channel. I want to make my channel as personable, as relatable as I can, all the things, and I want to really have you guys get to know me, my personalities, because I do have a lot of them. And I am going to start this off today with all of the questions that were asked on my Instagram. I did a poll the other day and I am going to answer all of these questions, okay? So, without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? Let's see. Let's start with, what is the best advice you've ever received? And this is about to sound very Kanye West, but the best advice I have ever received from myself. Shout out to my therapist, because during therapy, this is when you unpack the things. I do want to talk to my therapist about certain things, because I came to the realization that the more you ruminate on things, the more you tend to overthink. And I want to refrain from ruminating and be more tapped into just doing more so I can get to a resolution, as opposed to constantly ruminating, which causes me to overthink. Anyway, I say all that to say the best advice that I have ever received when I had my little introspection, revelation, all the things, is detachment. Because no matter what, there is always something better. Something, someone, always. Okay? So as of late, that's one of the things that I really have been embodying, which is detachment, and that goes with everything. And I'm so big on manifestation that I didn't realize how much I was really attached to the outcome of every single thing that I have been trying to manifest, or that I have been, doing my law of attraction things on. And yeah, I came to the realization that, Leah, you are very much so attached to the outcome, and if you are, you're causing more resistance. So that's the best advice that I've ever received, is to stay connected to everything, be attached to nothing. What's one lesson you've learned about yourself since you moved to a new state? That I am resilient. That it doesn't matter what life throws at me, I always figure it out. And that I can adapt to anything. I can adapt to any situation, and that I always maintain an optimistic disposition in life. Sometimes it could be a little delusional, but I've had the universe conspire to my delusions plenty of times, and when it happened, I loved it there. So, do you have any acting goals? I came here for that specific reason, and as much as I have meandered while I'm in this journey, I have plenty of acting goals. I have plenty of people that I would love to work with. I've always said I would love to work with Ava DuVernay, Tyler Perry, Michael Bay. Let's shoot for the stars. Steven Spielberg, James Cameron, like the list goes on. And I would love to work with these people, okay? I would love to. Please give me the opportunity, you guys, please. So yeah, I mean, that's as far as I can answer in terms of what are my acting goals, or if I have any acting goals, right? Favorite place to be. Favorite place to be for me is with my closest people. Like, if I call you my best friend, my safe space. Anywhere with you is my favorite place to be. Like, every time I go back home to Jersey, I wouldn't necessarily say that Jersey is my favorite place to be, but just being around my childhood friends and my family, my mom, that's my favorite place to be. So wherever my family is, like my dad, my stepmom, that would be my favorite place, because family is home. You know what I mean? And where you feel safe, that is home to me. Seeing you focus on yourself and completing your goals is truly inspiring. Keep going. So the person that wrote me this, thank you. Because there are days that I am seeking inspiration anywhere and everywhere in life. And I feel like I'm not doing enough, or I feel like, you ever heard of the saying, like, if you want to make God laugh, make plans, or something like that, or somewhere along those lines. I always chop up these sayings, but that was one of the ones that I feel like has been happening for me for the last 2 years. Like, I had these goals and these things that, you know, whatever, and the list, and I've gotten derailed, and I am also a culprit in the derailing department. I'm not going to fully blame it on life. I'm taking full accountability on where I participated in getting derailed. And now I'm on a mission, okay? Cardi's album just dropped, and there's something about listening to Cardi, her interviews, her album, that puts me in like motivation mode. Don't mind my dog. He's 12 years old and he coughs like an 80-year-old man, okay? So we are not gonna judge the way he coughs. Harper! Anyway. So yeah, I feel like if Cardi can do it, if Beyonce can utilize the out of her 24 hours and get to where she's at, Leah, what are you doing, right? So to whomever said that I'm inspiring them and all that, thank you. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? I see myself married to my dream man, 2 kids, and living in a modern contemporary home, baby-proofing everything, because it's going to be nice and cute and modern contemporary, and I'm going to be driving my cute little mom car, dropping off my kids to soccer and whatever the case may be. I just see myself being the best mother I can be. I can see myself being the best wife I can be. I see myself being the best businesswoman I could be, and just maximizing the fuck out of life. I don't even know what that means, but yeah, in 10 years, I just see myself living in my full potential. How do you keep your teeth so white? Shout out to my brother, Ivan Lozano Dentistry in Torrance, California. Got these pearly whites, but he got me right. Okay? My brother. Thank you. Favorite vacation? I would have to say Japan. This summer with my family. It was 12 of us. It was my dad, my stepmom, my brothers, their wives, their kids, and that was the best vacation ever. That was just because we were all together, and that was our first time being together on a vacation in like a very long time. So that was really nice. And there's just something about being around family, you know what I mean? Like, you just feel at home and you feel great and you feel safe and you just, oh my goodness. And you know what? I've been living in LA for like the last 7 years. So it's like just that feeling of home and feeling of like just that family love. It's everything. Why are you still single? The fuck? I don't have a ring on my finger. So I don't know. You tell me, okay? Talk to God. Hey God, it's me again. You seem more confident on camera, less makeup / filter. What changed? Acceptance. One of the things that I told myself I will be better at, because my goal right now for the rest of the year and the rest of my life is to get extremely good at things that I'm bad at, right? And I came to this realization that I actually have had a hard time with acceptance all across the board in every single aspect of my life. That is when I realized, Leah, acceptance is the first step to a lot of things. If you accept things for what it is, you let things be the way it is, you could just move the way you want to move, and you will just feel better when it comes to a lot of things. I came to the realization that my discernment is on point. The acceptance part of it, that's where I was kind of like, ugh. So I know that we got a little too deep in terms of like what made me not wear too much makeup or not use filters anymore, but it's more so just I've just accepted my flaws. I've accepted like, hey, this is who I am. This is what I look like. I love me, and that's all that matters. I love me, and if you don't love me, then that's fine. I love me, so that's all that matters. And I'm just falling more and more in love with myself, as corny, cliche, or was whatever as that sounds. That's what it is. I fell madly and deeply in love with myself even more this year. And I really needed that because I really went through a lot this year. So I think that's one of the reasons why, that part changed. I hope that answered my question. I mean, your question. What's a book you'd highly recommend both men and women, and why? For men, I would recommend A Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren. Reading it. Actually, not for men. I would say for both. I'm currently reading it. I wanted to continue having a good relationship with God. I realized that my relationship with God wasn't really as strong for the last few years. And this year, that was one of the things that I wanted to work on, is to have a better relationship with God. So that book, A Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren, for sure, that's a good book. And I feel like it's helped me get much closer to him than, all of the other things that I'm doing. I started going to church. I pray more. I talk to him more. So that one. And the Let Them Theory, I think both men and women can benefit from that book by Mel Robbins. My friend Six would always tell me about The Way of a Superior Man and how that book really changed him. So I would recommend that for men. And I would just say the stuff that I've read that has been helping me. And I would say The Four Agreements for sure. Right now, I'm currently reading Lessons for Living, and it's by Phil Stutz. Jonah Hill's therapist wrote that book, so I'm currently reading that, and so far I would recommend. What is my typical Starbucks order? Okay, my usual order is a brown sugar oat milk shake and espresso, grande. And if I'm feeling I need a pick-me-up, I would get a venti. And during the holidays, I wouldn't get a pumpkin spice latte, but there's a way that one of the baristas told me to order it. It's like a dirty chai with like a pumpkin foam, whatever. That would be like a go-to. But for the most part, my go-to is a brown sugar oat milk shake and espresso. Okay? That's my go-to. Are you married? No. And she's a 5.5 in a ring size, okay? I would like an oval cut, but if we can't get an oval cut, emerald cut would be good. 3 carat minimum. What ethnicity are you? I am Filipino. And yes, I speak Tagalog. Do you like sushi? Who doesn't? Actually, a lot of people don't. I do. What one unique thing about you that you can share? One unique thing. That is a really good one. I just have a gift for finding out information. Even when I have no business finding out certain things, I just find out. You know how some people be like, oh, ignorance is bliss. For the longest time, I'm the kind of person that I just really feel the need to just, not feel the need, I just feel like, I don't know, I just like knowing information. I just like knowing everything. And I realized that me liking to know everything has a lot to do with me not liking uncertainty. And it's just like, how can I not like uncertainty? Life is very uncertain when it comes to certain stuff. Anyway, I am better than the FBI. I would say that's a unique thing about me. But I'm pretty sure a lot of women are going to say that. But for the most part, how good I am with finding out things is actually kind of scary. I would say that's pretty unique. Like, I can't sit here and like, I don't know, do any other weird talent or something. So far, that's the only thing I can think of off the top of my head. Top 5 albums throughout your 4 years of high school. If you guys are trying to get me to reveal my age, just say that, okay? However, Beyonce. Okay, Beyonce. God, I can't give you albums. I feel like I can give you songs, but damn. I just remember certain songs that are like fire. The only thing I can think of is Beyonce, Sierra, The Dream. Whew, I can't think of anything else. Sorry. Ever been to NorCal? I've been once for my cousin's 18th birthday party. So Filipinos, we don't do quinceañeras. We do this thing called a debut, and that, or debut rather. I think they just say debut because of the accent, but it was for her 18th birthday party, and that was back in 2016, and I haven't been back since. So if I'm missing out, please let me know. What's the perfect date to you? So this is the thing, right? I'm torn because I'm like it's all about the little things kind of girl. And then I'm also I love the grandioso kind of girl. You know what I mean? Like grandioso things, right? Because I feel like I've received all the grand gestures and whatnot, and I love it. I love it. And then also, I'm also a sucker for like the littlest thing. So for me, the perfect date, especially like if, we've been talking for a while, I like you, and we have a really good connection, honestly, we can just drive up and down the PCH with a good playlist, a good conversation. We can even park. And we can even grab food, park somewhere there, and just talk and really get to know each other even more. You know what I mean? I feel like that's like the perfect date, honestly. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. But like I said, the grand gestures are cool too. But for the most part, if I really like you and I feel like we have an amazing connection, like I said, driving up and down a PCH or going somewhere that has a cute little view, bomb playlist, and a nice, amazing conversation. And I'm talking substantial conversation, okay? Not the little pleasantries. You might have me there. Flowers are nice too. Flowers and jewelry. No, I'm just kidding. Am I single? I'm not married, so... Favorite vacation? Can I take you out? Can we get to know each other? Sure. Subscribe to my YouTube and we can get to know each other. I feel like IG is blocking your subscriber growth. You should have so many more followers. I feel like IG is low-key at its demise, unless I'm just being a fucking hater, because I just have been having a hard time growing my following, but that's also because I have been lacking in the content department. But here we are, and this is why, we're doing a long form video, and I am doing it as raw, realistic, personable, relatable as possible, because I came to the realization that I'm the kind of girl that would get on TikTok and whatever it is that I'm going through, immediately I'm like typing it on there because I know somebody made a video about it. So I feel like if I could be one of those people that when you're in search of something or some type of review, some type of advice, and I pop up and I'm able to help you the same way a lot of these people have helped me, I win. It's a win-win. You know what I mean? So I say all that to say, I need suggestions on what I can do on the subscriber part of things. What's your type? My type, gentleman, kind, loving, supportive, respectful, considerate, thoughtful, funny, just a good human being. You know what I mean? To me, what's important is if you are a genuinely kind, loving, respectful individual that is beyond thoughtful and just, but that's my type, okay? So yes, and you gotta be funny too. And I have to be at least attracted to you. But yeah, you gotta be funny, you gotta make me laugh, and then alongside the rest of the things that I said. Are you working a desk job now? No, I'm not. I am working towards certain things, but no, I'm not working a desk job. What is your favorite pair of boots and why? You in this black leather boots is fire. My favorite pair of leather boots, and I feel like I wore the out of that pair. It's YSL thigh-high patent leather boots that I have. I wore it to the Super Bowl back in 2021. Tell us a funny experience you had on vacation. Oh my gosh. Damn, I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one because I don't know. Would you live somewhere quiet with a whole bunch of land? I have this thing where I think it's like so scary if I'm like the only house on this street and then my next neighbor isn't until like a mile out. Yeah, I'm not sure. I would like to live somewhere though that is very, very quiet and like a suburban kind of situation. So, okay. So I feel like I've answered majority of the questions that were asked to me. The rest of them were kind of like silly. If you guys have any more questions and if there's anything that you would like me to vlog, let me know. I am going to tailor my page towards relatable things, realistic things, and like my day-to-day activities. And right now I am so obsessed with neuroscience and mental health and just self-development. So maybe those are the things that you guys can follow me on this journey. Feel free to subscribe, like, comment, share my page to everybody. And like I said, this is going to be the platform where you are really going to get to know me much better than you can on any other social media platforms, because I'm going to keep it real, raw, honest, relatable, and realistic. And you will get to know 10 to 15 of my personalities. I know that sounds insane, but you know, little Miss Gemini over here will keep it all the way real, okay? Like, subscribe, comment, all the things. I hope that you guys like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.